Hi, I'm Dan Deverth. Are you thinking about the next chapter for mom and dad, or even you and a partner? Well, life right here at Montar Heights, part of the Brothers of Mercy campus in Clarence, New York, is for you. Now, in the next half hour, we're going to take you on an incredible tour. We're going to talk to some residents, offer advice on how you can sell your home, how you can downsize, the transition that a lot of people think might be a little difficult. We're going to make it easy for you. So let's get started. Oh, there's Nancy. Hi, Nancy.
Hi,
I'm with
Dan.
Nancy Gugino, and Nancy is the Senior Living Consultant at Montar Heights. That's a big, long title.
That's right.
What do you do for the folks here?
Well, I'm in charge of touring people through the new community, showing them everything we have to offer, and telling them all about our all-inclusive community.
Now, when you say all-inclusive, what does that really mean?
Well, it actually includes just about everything you can imagine. We tell people to basically pick out the apartment, line up the price of that apartment, and go home and look at all the different expenses you have each month. And you'll have a very good comparison on whether or not this is affordable for you, and typically it always is. It includes all of your utilities, your cable TV, your Wi-Fi in the apartment and the entire community, and your phone service as well, not to mention a whole host of amenities that we offer here.
That sounds great. Hey, can you take me on a tour?
Let's go for a tour.
Okay, let's do it. All right, the gift shop.
Welcome to our gift shop, Dan, because what's a community without some retail shopping?
Well, it looks like you have a little bit of everything here.
We do. We have seasonal decorations, we have some apparel, some jewelry, some food items. A resident can always come and check here first if they need something before going out into the community.
Okay. Hey, let the tour continue.
Let's go see the fitness center.
Okay.
So Dan, this is our fitness center.
Oh, nice.
The residents typically like to start their day in this room.
Oh.
So maybe we should try something else, a little safer, like the movie theater.
Good idea. Well, I'm excited about the movie theater, but it's not a real movie theater unless you have popcorn.
Well, I have a surprise for you. We have popcorn.
Wow, maybe you do have popcorn. Oh boy, this is the real deal.
Isn't this nice? Our residents usually like to start their day with catching the news. Later in the afternoon, we start the films rolling. We have a full library of movies. Residents come in, they can help themselves to popcorn. The refrigerator has drinks, just like at home.
Wow, this is great.
So what do you want to see next?
I want to watch the movie.
Okay.
Wow, this looks yummy.
I know, right?
Hey, can I trade some of my popcorn for a cookie?
You sure can, but it's almost happy hour time. Let's go see the pub.
Let's do that. Oh, this is the real deal. This is the pub.
Isn't this great, Dan?
I really shouldn't drink, though, while I'm talking. But anyway, while I'm talking, what about the pool table and the card table, and there's checkers? Oh, you got everything in here.
Residents love this, and you know who loves it more? Their families. Families love to come in here, spend the weekend. The kids like to come down here, play checkers, play pool. It's just an all-inclusive community.
Cheers.
Cheers. So Dan,
Wow.
this is our 5-star restaurant and dining room.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
It truly is independent living. A resident can come anytime breakfast is being served, lunch and dinner. They can sit at any table they like with whomever they want. I think the chef has something exciting planned for us.
Well, I hope so.
I hope you're hungry.
I am hungry.
So as I promised, Dan, we have something very exciting for you here tonight.
Oh, I think I see what it is.
Dan, say hello to Chef Warren.
Hi, Chef Warren.
How you doing?
Wow, I thought you were exaggerating about the fresh food and everything. This is 5-star. Chef, tell us a little bit about the food that you serve.
All the food we serve here at Montar Heights is all from scratch, by the finest meats and poultry, all fresh vegetables. Everything is hand done. We don't buy anything that's already pre-done whatsoever.
That's pretty impressive, but I wondered, don't you have any paper napkins?
I'm sorry, sir. We just come from five-star restaurants and country clubs.
Excuse me, sorry.
You better eat quick because we have to still see the apartments.
Okay.
So Dan, this is our apartment. It's our largest apartment, our 2-bedroom, 2-full bath. We're standing in the kitchen. Even though you get your meals here, we still give you a full working kitchen, and the kitchen comes complete with your stainless steel appliances, refrigerator, stove, built-in microwave, and garbage disposal.
Looks to me like everything you possibly could want is right here in this room.
It is. Every apartment has a patio or a balcony. Also in the apartment, we include a full-size washer and dryer. With that, we also give you housekeeping and linen service. Someone comes and does a deep clean in the apartment twice a month. While they're here, they'll strip the beds, wash the sheets, and remake the beds for you.
We don't even do that at my house. Wow. Okay. I understand you have something in the bathroom here that you don't find just anywhere.
That's right, Dan. Our bathrooms have a full walk-in shower, totally curbless. So if someone is using a walker or wheelchair temporarily or permanently, ease of entry. As you can see in the entire apartment, total ease of navigation. The halls are a little bit wider, the doorways are a little bit wider to accommodate those special situations.
Now, speaking of special situations, I think the biggest situation is, what do I do with my home that I've been living in for 50, 60 years or whatever? How do I handle that before I can move into this beautiful place?
We try to make it very easy for everyone, so we have all of those resources available, which we're very happy to share with anyone who wants to come to live at Montar Heights.
Okay, we're going to find out about all of those things that you are going to have to make things easier for you to move into Montar Heights. We'll be back with that information right after these messages.
There was a friend I heard had moved in here, and I talked to her. I called her right away because I knew that I had to make a move. And she was so enthusiastic. She loved this place. So I thought, it's for me. It sounds good. I've got to go there and check it out. As soon as I walked in the door, people smiled. They said hello. It was so friendly. I thought, what a wonderful atmosphere. I heard about how great the food was. There are people that had come here for dinner, and they said the best dinner they had had in ages. And it's all the time. It wasn't just one day. It's like that all the time. I really can't wait. I am really excited. I know it's going to be a wonderful time in my life.
Welcome back. Now that we've been told everything that Montar Heights has for you and what they have to offer you, the next best step for your home, well, you want to sell your home, right? And get the most for it. For that, we welcome Tammy Capozzi and Michael Watt. They're licensed real estate brokers, and he is the senior specialist with the Capozzi team. So we welcome Tammy and Michael. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
All right, we got people who want to move into Montar Heights. They've been living in their home for 30 years, 40 years, maybe 50 years, okay? So they're going to be nervous. How do we calm them down and show them that they can get the most for their house, and how do we go about that?
Well, we handle everything from start to finish with all of our customers. We are senior specialists, so we're familiar with the sellers being a little bit nervous. Some of them have been in their home, like you said, 30, 40, 50 years. Some have never even sold a home before. So we try and obviously ease the nerves of taking care of that for them. We take care of from putting up the sign to helping them with the move. We organize the bank financing, the attorneys, and also assist them in staging their home.
Wow. Well, Michael, I would imagine too that if you're dealing with a person who wants to sell their home, maybe it's a widow or a widower, they're probably even more nervous than would be with a couple. Is that right?
That's true. Yeah, they can be. A lot of times it's might have been their husband who took care of a lot of these things in the around the house. We try to ease that burden and just really walk them through paperwork, attorneys, as Tammy was saying, It's not that big of a process, but it's confusing to a lot of people who haven't done it before.
Okay, what do we do with the house? I've heard of staging, all right, certain colors on the walls if you want to. But do they have to put a lot of money into their house to sell their house?
No, they do not. No, they do not. Mike and I are actually stagers. I've been staging for about 30 years. I just didn't call it staging. I used to call it getting dressed and ready. You know, how you sell your house is, you know, it's not exactly how you live in your home. So we assist people in getting their house dressed and ready for sale. Sometimes it means putting a coat of paint on the living room wall or assisting them in clearing off the countertops to get ready for, we call picture ready.
Okay, so when you go into the house, what would be the first thing that you would talk to them about? What are they wondering about?
Well, a lot of times they're wondering what's their house worth. I mean, obviously we have to do what's called a market analysis on the property, which is taking their property and comparing it to other recent sales of other homes that are in the area of similar design, square footage, and amenities. And what we do is we compare it to tell them what the true value of their home is.
We compare it to other homes in the area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, that's what determines the value.
Do the children get involved sometimes?
Yes. A lot of times we deal with children that are out of town. So they will call us and ask us to go to mom and dad's house, take a look at it for them and give them an idea of both what it's worth and what they need to do to get the house prepared to sell.
How important is an open house?
Well, we like to do open houses. Not every seller will. It's not necessary, but if we can get the neighborhood involved and people that come in, along with potential buyers, sometimes creating that stir or a buzz of a number of people in the property at one time will help really generate an interest in the property.
Is there a lot of real estate available now? Because I know there's a lot of interest in Western New York at this time.
No, we're actually down 34% in Western New York of housing available. So what that's done is it's caused the prices of properties to go up. We're actually up from last year 2.7%.
On average, yeah.
Now, people who have been living in their home for a long time, they probably have a lot of questions about lawyers. How do I go about doing this? Who do I contact? What paperwork is involved? And you're the expert, so how do you work into that?
Well, we can assist them to find an attorney if they don't have one. A lot of people have a family attorney that they use. We do recommend a real estate attorney who's more familiar with the process. They actually will be a little simpler if they do it all the time.
Now, do you also deal with the children? Maybe they don't live around here?
Yes.
How do you handle that?
Well, you know, the internet is a wonderful thing.
Okay.
It's easier to work with people from out of town today where we can send them all of the information, the pictures, contracts for them to review for their parents prior to them even signing.
Okay, now when you first meet a person who's interested in going to Montar Heights and they have to sell their house, what seems to be the biggest thing with them? What are they concerned most about? Obviously, we talked about the price of the house. They need to know what they might be able to get out of it.
They want to know how much are they
going to get. But what are their other concerns?
Their concerns is, how am I going to do this? When? How long does it take?
Okay.
How long is this process? Who's going to help me move?
Okay, now, can you give them an approximation on something like that? How long it'll take them?
In Western New York, it takes approximately 60 days to close on a property once you've sold it.
Okay.
Once you've sold the property.
How do you handle this? I think my house is worth $1 million, okay? And you know that it isn't. How do you break that to me without hurting my feelings or making me look like I don't know what I'm talking about?
Well, we deal with that a lot. A lot of people think their house is worth $1 million. Everybody does. You have $1 million in memories in your home. However, the best way for us to handle that is to take comparable properties in the neighborhood, similar with size, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms, and amenities, and then run through the comparables and show the people actual pictures. We bring our laptop with us and let them see the interiors of all those other homes.
Okay. Now, I guess you've pretty much proven to us that you are the folks to talk to sell your house. And even if you're not moving into Montar Heights, Will you still sell their house?
Of course.
You will, okay. But we wanted to make it so easy for our senior friends who are moving into Montar Heights, and make it easy not only for them, but for their children. And so everybody, because you'll have a lot of people concerned about this. It's not just the people who are selling their house.
No.
It's a whole big package.
We have an aging population here in Western New York. So
I know, I'm part of that.
So are we. It's the process. With both myself and my husband, Michael, we have a team of agents that work with us, as well as support staff in the office. So we have an abundance of people to handle everything from A to Z, from the start of selling your home right down to closing.
So I guess you've answered my question that I had. The Capozzi team is not just 2 people.
No.
It's a lot of people doing a lot of different things to make things easy. And that's why we thank you for being with us today here.
Thank you.
You so much. Thanks, Tammy and Michael, for the advice. If you have any more questions and you want to connect with our senior specialist, Tammy Capozzi, from the Capozzi team, just give her a call. Our number is 716-578-5444. That's 716-578-5444. Or you can do an email, tammy@tammycapozzi.com.
I decided on Montar Heights because I had looked around several places. I knew it was time to downsize. I decided I wanted to spend a week at Montar Heights as if I were a resident. So I did, fell in love with the people, not only the staff, but the people who live here. It's more like one big happy family. It's a beautiful place. It's quiet, it's serene, and yet there's a bubbling atmosphere when you're inside. When you think you don't have any worries. No bills to worry about, no taxes to worry about, no septic system to worry about. It's wonderful. In the winter, if your car is full of snow and you want to go out, that they will come clean off your car, warm it up, bring it to you at the front door.
All the staff is phenomenal. They just are warm and caring about everybody in the place. They just really have a very, very wonderful disposition.
I think the best part for me is not having to plan meals every day and not cooking them every day. We have 2 of the best chefs around.
I could not imagine having food like this anywhere that we have now. And we used to go out twice a week when we were at home, and I think we've gone out to eat maybe 5 times since we've been here, and every one of them didn't compare to where we were.
Yeah.
They have such a wonderful group of people that live here, and we're a community. We're not just a bunch of people living in apartments. We're a community that loves and cares for each and every one of us, and I think you feel that. When people need help, you're there to help them, and I think that's one of the main things that I find for this place.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Another aspect of moving your mom and dad is the move itself. So we welcome Larry Raines and Candy Kadish of Caring Transitions. Now they specialize in senior relocation. They help you with downsizing and estate sales. So we welcome them with the first question, and this might be the most difficult question. How do you help them? What do you do for the people who want to move into this beautiful Montar Heights?
Well, the most important thing is earning the trust of the client. And we start that process on our initial consultation at the client's home. And that is free, by the way. And from there, we try and make them understand the scope of the process of what they will be facing and need to be done. Anywhere from preparing the house for sale, downsizing, packing, unpacking, and just getting rid of all their stuff.
Now, I understand that you get involved with making sure that everything looks really good once it's brought into Montar Heights. Are you kind of like the decorator mover?
Yeah, well, like the staging process, basically. So I go in and I'll undo everything in the boxes. I take everything out and set up their kitchen. set up their bedroom. We take the clothes, put them in the closet. We do everything, you know. We just try and run them through the process to where it's very comfortable for them. And by the time we leave, they're amazed at what they see.
Well, it seems that there are so many things that stress people out nowadays, right? And I'm sure that older folks who are moving into Montar Heights, stress is a big deal because they're looking at all of that stuff that they have. How do we get rid of this? What do we do with it? Do we give it to the children? What do you usually recommend?
Well, there are a number of factors that go into that question. And the first thing is figuring out what they can keep so they move into with Montar Heights. And we advise them to take things that they need to live with and what they love to live with. And from there, we'll figure out then what they can sell or maybe donate. And if we can always take it to a place where they're needy or just do a plain clean out.
Now, I'm thinking too that when we talk about stress, it seems to me that when you put this whole package together for the people, that they just open the door and they're home again. It's a different home, but it's a beautiful new home, and you've taken everything away from, you know, oh, I'm so nervous about this, right?
Well, they're downsizing, so there's a lot of things they can't take with them. And like Larry said, we try and sit with them to be able to help them decipher what they need to take, what they want to take. And then we make it fit. And, you know, when they come in, there's so much going on. We just try and get everything done. And there's times where they're 8 hours for the full day.
Now, it seems to me that nowadays everybody is a specialist. Now, you guys are specialists, all right? How do you become a specialist in what you do?
We are certified relocation and transition specialists. And now, that's more than just classroom studies, a test, and a plaque on the wall. It's really about caring for people, understanding their needs and their concerns, and help them through all those factors. So that at the end of the day, when they get to Montar Heights, they'll say to themselves, wow, I can't believe we're here. I never thought it would be able to happen.
Well, I saw something when we were at Montar Heights. People knew you, people that you've helped to make that transition, and what a reaction. I mean, it's like you're part of their family now almost.
It is. We walk in there and there's a lot of people that come up and give us hugs and kisses, and it's very nice to see, and they're very happy there. It's a beautiful facility, and it's just great knowing that you helped them in that last phase and you made them happy and you took a lot of stress away. They're thrilled. It's great to see.
Okay, now, some of the folks who are moving might have relatives or sons and daughters or maybe a big family out of town. Now, do you communicate with them, or do you try to bring them into the process to help?
Absolutely, through text, email, phone, FaceTime on the phone. We feel it's very, very important that the children are understanding of what each step is all about, and they understand and follow through on what exactly we're doing, so that their main concern is mom and dad. So if they feel comfortable, mom and dad will.
Okay, so you help them to determine what they should keep, what they should sell, what they should do with it, and then it's almost, I mean, you make it so easy. I think I'm going to move in there.
Well, we try.
Now, okay, when you talk to people, what is the biggest thing that they're concerned about other than the stress factor? What are they worried about? Like, wait a minute, I don't know if I can do this.
The biggest factor is what to do with all their stuff. They're just overwhelmed because after living in a house 30, 40, 50 years, it's just piled up, and they can't believe there's a process to get rid of everything.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, think about it. You go down in the basement. Oh, I didn't know all that was there.
That's right.
Oh, we got an attic. We got to go up in the attic. It's an amazingly complicated job. Now, is there a time factor? How long would it take if you have someone use your services? Would you be there for weeks, or?
Each job is different, but we try and work as quick as possible. I mean, we've had to do a couple homes where it was just a matter of like a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and pack things up and disperse with it and what have you.
Do you go in with some kind of a form, like, okay, you asked this question, and where do you want to put this, and how does that work?
It really more comes from the heart, getting to understand first by a few questions of what the concerns and the fears are of the client, and from there it just flows naturally.
Well, I think that you guys make it so easy, and we're talking about selling the house, we're talking with you about helping them to move and make that transition, and then we're talking about Montar Heights itself, which is a gorgeous facility. So anybody who goes there and sees it, if they have any questions at all about how am I going to do this, you're part of that whole picture. You're part of making that so easy for them, and that's got to be very gratifying.
It is. At the end of the day, we're very happy. As long as the client's happy, we're happy.
Okay, and we're happy to have you here, and that's why we're going to tell you how to get in touch with our friends at Caring Transitions, okay? Here's the number to call. Their number is 716-580-4822. Or you can go online at caringtransitionsbuffalony.com. We'll be right back.
My sister and I brought my mother for a tour. We thought we were just coming to take a peek. As soon as she walked into the apartment, she fell in love. She said, I love it. I want to take, this is my apartment. I love the sunshine. I love it here. She had a beautiful patio home in Clarence, and we thought she'd be there forever.
I couldn't wait till I moved in. I was thrilled to death. And they packed me up and sent me here. I just love it.
And we're so happy for her because she's happy.
I'm so busy now, I haven't got time to do anything.
Oh, I
told
love it. We call
Maria,
her, Mom.
I haven't got enough time.
Yeah, she's busy. She gets to go to church. She loves because she gets to go to exercise. She goes and gets her hair done, her nails done, and she doesn't have to worry about the weather. She always just say, every time I get my hair done, it rains and I have to go in the car and I get wet. No more.
I lived alone. I had no one in the house. But here I've got a lot of friends and I'm not lonely anymore.
These are some of the people that'll make your life a lot easier and stress-free as you and your loved ones or your parents look to make Montar Heights your home. We thank you for watching as we help Mom and Dad move to the next chapter.
Give Nancy and the team at Montar Heights a call at 716-240-RENT. That's 716-240-7368.